I obviously have fought there like 5-6 times, and I live in Ireland, so I actually got to go with my daughter Isabella, so it was good to get down and just be down and get in amongst the environment and the buzz and that kind of feeling of fight night. It was a great night, yeah.
So fighters always like to say that it's not a loss, it's a lesson. What lesson would you say you learned in your last fight against Kat?
I think in a lot of positions I could have finished the fight if I had just been more patient and not, maybe went for submission attempts. I think my game has grown from looking for submission to, maintain a position in striking, which I think we've done a lot of this camp. It's definitely added a lot to my game, fight IQ wise as well. I think, it was there was a lot we could take from that fight. Although, we did believe we won that fight, but there's a lot of good stuff we got to work on back in camp, day in, day out. And it was a great fight for my, just my progress and my, just to level up.
How do you think that fight between Kat and Cyborg goes?
I think it's going to be always hard to bet against Cyborg, against any opponent, but I believe that, if Kat, she's beat some of the best in the world and she still has it, so it could go anyway.
What's up, Leah? You always have your team around you, a couple of people around you here at these fight weeks, but someone that stands out, Meatball Molly McCann, who's sitting right back there. What does her presence mean to you on these fight weeks, and what has she meant to you in your fighting career?
Yeah, she's just invaluable. It's like I don't think you can put into words her presence and energy and confidence she always gives me, not even in fight week, just like day-to-day life and training, and we've been best friends for years and years, so it's definitely a massive asset to have her here and anywhere really. Yeah.
And your last fight was in San Diego. Your nickname is the Curse. You brought the storm to San Diego last time. This time we got great weather. How do you like San Diego?
Believe me, a lot of things went wrong this last week. We'll talk about it after. But yeah, it's been unreal. It's beautiful here. It's nice to get in the sun because obviously Ireland, UK, it's always cold and miserable. So yeah, it's been nice.
Thank you.
Hey, Leah, your first win was a pretty big one in your career. I mean, especially in hindsight, win over Manafuro, who's going on to do great things at flyweight in the UFC. Just curious, having fought her, back then, are you surprised to see the success that she's had in the future now?
No, I think she's a beast. She's always been such a high level. She was with a great fight back then, and it's great to see her doing so well. Yeah, I think she'll be fine for the title next or in the next couple of fights. But yeah, it's nice to see our kind of generations meeting the old generations. Like the girls I'm fighting at the minute, they're like 10, they have 10 years on me and double the amount of fights, and we're up here trying to push the boundaries and hold her own. So it's good to see the new generation coming through.
Absolutely. And you said you think she'll fight for a title. Do you think she wins the title though?
I think she could do, yeah.
Of course. And obviously a big event here, Bellator 300, a big main event with the lightweight Grand Prix. Just curious, a prediction on the main event, Leah, anything there?
Oh, don't know. I'm excited for all the main card fights. I don't want to say.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Leah, how's it going?
Hi.
Last time out wasn't the result you wanted, but now you have another opportunity against Sara, who has fought the best of the best and is a fantastic wrestler. What do you do differently this camp to change the result and come out with a win this time?
We prepare correctly in camp. We train, we look a lot at my opponent and my last fight and what I need to improve on, what areas of my game I need to always work on, and it's not really doing anything differently. We're doing the same thing. We're just getting better and improving and improving my kind of just bringing out the best to me when I get in there. I feel like I've never really shown my true potential yet. I think it just comes down to believing in myself, and I just I got a lot of belief from that last fight and confidence from it. So I hope to show that on Saturday.
What does it mean to you to be one of the fighters on this historic card, Bellator 300?
It's an honor to obviously fight on such a historic card, and Bellator have done a lot for my career, and I'm very appreciative and grateful to be here. I never take these opportunities lightly, and I'm definitely feel very, very blessed to be here amongst such great names.
And last one for me, what do you think about the gold gloves?
I'm obsessed. I love them. As soon as I seen them, I was like, are we fighting in these? So yeah.
Thank you, Leah.
What's up, Leah? You've always been a fighter to embrace all of the places you go and fight at. How are you enjoying San Diego this time around, and any places that you have visited that you enjoyed?
Yeah, I've loved it so far. I've never been to San Diego before. I've been to LA a few times and I've competed everywhere doing jiu-jitsu and judo. So it's nice to be in a new kind of environment and the sunshine, and it brings good energy. Yeah.
And recently we saw Paddy Pimblett take a fight with Tony Ferguson. What are you expecting from him, and what is your relationship like with him, with Paddy?
Yeah, we're all, we're on the same team. We're all next gen, all, train every day together, day in, day out. He's looking unreal in the gym and he's probably going to get a big finish.
Thank you, Leah.
Hey, Leah, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you?
How much do you factor in the weight class with the fact that, you're primarily a featherweight? She's Sarah's sort of moving up here. I mean, she had obviously she's had a featherweight fight, but you're sort of the mainstay in the weight class. How much do you factor that in the matchup?
Not too much. I think, it's going to come down to skill and will on the night. I don't think weight is going to come into a big part of it. Obviously, I'm going to have the reach and the height advantage, but she's a wrestler. She's, it might be beneficial for her to be shorter. So we've definitely worked with a lot of smaller opponents this camp. I think that was maybe part of the factor in the cat fight. I kept losing position because I was used to sparring bigger guys and bigger men. When females' body shapes are obviously different, it's hard to get sparring partners to replicate their movements. And I think that was one of the biggest learning curves in the last fight.
Did you work specifically with any wrestlers for this camp, just with her style?
The last camp I'd worked with some Commonwealth wrestlers, and we brought that into this camp. A lot of the guys are high level wrestlers that I train with and spar with every day. And yeah, it's obviously we worked a lot on that kind of entering that kind of fight, but I prepared to fight standing when it hits the ground anywhere.
Is it a bit easier preparing for an opponent like Sarah, where there's a lot of tape on her when she signed with Bellator? I'm sure you had it in your mind you'd be fighting her. Does that make the preparation different than, say, like a new opponent?
I suppose so. You know where her skill base is and where she's probably going to want to take the fight and how she deals with different situations in there. She's had a lot of fights and you can watch a lot of different styles of opponents. So it is good to see that.
What are you doing for downtime during fight week? Like, what do you get up to? It's great weather out here. Are you getting out a lot, or, obviously I'm sure you're making calls back home as well. How are you sort of balancing that side of things during fight week?
Yeah, just resting the body and trying to just get into the flow of it, and obviously weight cut tonight and then just get ready for fight night. But yeah, obviously ringing Isabella, my daughter.
Thank you.
Hi, Leah. So yeah, this is the second straight former UFC title challenger you fought. Both lost to Ronda Rousey. But they're still both big names, both pioneers of the sport. I know it's the fight game. You respect any opponent the same. Anything can happen in the fight. But does it motivate you more fighting these big names, knowing what beating them can do for your brand?
Yeah, it's like if I was choosing opponents, it would have been Kat, Sarah. Like, these names are the ones that excite me the most and motivate me the most. I think they bring out the best in me.
Yeah.
I think that when there's a higher level opponent, it brings out the best of me, even in camping on fight night. So it's definitely the name I would have wanted if it wasn't another fight with Kat.
Yeah. And you're becoming a big name yourself. One of the reasons is you take your social media very seriously. You take your marketing very seriously. What is your advice to other fighters? I mean, would you say that fighters should make more branding and be trying to become more marketable a priority?
I don't really take it very seriously. I just be myself and
Okay.
do my own thing. I try and just show my training in my life and be me. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for the time.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, Bobby? Good to go. What's up, Bobby? Right over here.
Oh.
Welcome to Bellator 300 Fight Week, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Weight cut going well. Everything's going good right now.
Good. This is your fourth Bellator fight, fourth in California. How's it feel to represent and put on a show for the people in your home state?
Oh well, first of all, it's great to be back. Can't wait to fight on Saturday, and yeah, that's it.
And Alberto Garcia was an opponent that you had drawn back in March. Was this a fight that was important for you to get back and something that you had hoped to rebook in the future?
Well, no, I would like to give back that fight to Alberto just because he did his job making weight, and fortunately I got hurt, so I just want to bring that fight back and just give him that chance. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna show him why I belong in that cage.
Definitely. Much respect to you. That's a classy move, man. I see that you do a lot of time. You spend a lot of time with the youth at your gym. How meaningful is that to you? And how does that help you as a professional mixed martial artist yourself?
Oh, it's very meaningful. I love seeing our kids training, getting better and better. And just being an instructor and all, it helps me, what's that word? It helps me relearn techniques that I sometimes forget. So, but then I love seeing our kids. I love training. I love teaching our kids.
And last for me, are you expecting to have a big hometown crowd here? Are you expecting to have some people show out for you in San Diego this weekend?
I would like to see a big crowd, but I know a lot of my friends and family are back at home too, so they're gonna have a little watch party. But other than that, you'll know when our crowd's out there.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? How you doing?
What's going on, man?
You're undefeated in mixed martial arts, but you're also undefeated in this great state of California. Do you enjoy fighting here? Or are you hoping to travel one of these days, man?
Man, I love fighting. It's like one of the good things I'm good at. But yeah, I'm always down to travel too. So whether I see you guys always traveling like in Ireland and stuff, I'm always down to go out there.
You're down for the international cards?
Yes, sir.
You put forth a knockout of the year candidate in 2022 back in April. Do you feel like it's important to secure these highlight reel KOs at this early stage of your career, or are you just focused on stacking these wins?
A little bit of both. Knockouts and submissions always catches the audience eyes, but also building up wins, building up my resume, get more known out there.
Hey, Bobby. So both you and Alberto's last win is over another guy on this card, Miguel Peinbert. Did you see Alberto's fight with him, and would you say you had the better win?
Honestly, a fight's a fight. So I don't want to say whether if I'm more dominant off of his fight with Miguel or not, but I just know coming into this cage, I'm expecting Miguel at his best, and I know he's expecting me at my best. So that's it.
Do you feel like Bellator sees you as one of their bigger rising stars, putting you on a card of this nature?
I hope so. Bellator 300 is a big card, so there must be a reason why they put me on this card. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed for being on this card.
Hi, Bobby. Quick one from me. The title in your weight class is going to be up for grab next month in Chicago. Who do you think wins between Sergio Pettis and Patchy Mix?
Ooh, that's a good one. They're both good guys, but I might go for Mix. He's a lot of people will be sleeping on him, but then yet again, it's a MMA fight, so anything could happen.
Hey, Bobby, back here. Being so young in the game, 3-0 and everything, and you, what were you, 25, 26?
I'm 25.
There you go, still young in the game, right? Bellator 300, being on a big card and everything, they definitely look at they're building you up. Do you feel any pressure to not only, win, but to have like impressive finishes?
No, not at all. when you go into fights like this, you just gotta look at it as like another day in a job, another day in the office. So I just gotta keep composure. My team and my fiance helped me get ready for this fight, make sure my nerves, make sure my emotions stayed down. So yeah.
Gotcha. And what's the most fun thing you've done in fight week?
It's the most thing I've done.
No, like the most fun thing.
Most fun thing I've done. Um Eating. Eating, spending time with my family, spending time with my friends. That's it. Family dude, so that
Gotcha. Best of luck, man.
thank you.
Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
What's going on?
You're 3-0 in Bellator. You've done nothing but win since you got here. What do you have to do Saturday night to make sure that doesn't change?
Nothing's really changed. I always train hard, I always fight smart. Like I said, I'm just expecting Miguel to go out there at his best. So I hope he's ready. I've been training I've been off for a whole year. So I believe that I'm smarter, I'm faster, I'm a stronger fighter than I was back then.
You're young in this game. You're up and coming. Bellator is building you up as a top prospect. What are some of the big names that you have looked up to growing up in this sport, or mentors that you have now that mean a lot to you?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of fighters that I grew up and watching MMA, but my top ones are like George St. Pierre, BJ Penn, those guys. But that's it.
Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
Yeah, how you doing?
So yeah, you're obviously from the state of California, but up north in Vallejo, and then your opponent is actually from San Diego. What is it going to be like being kind of, a lot of people in the arena rooting against you since it's his hometown?
I don't really look at that when I'm fighting. It's a weird thing when you step in that cage, everything turns black, and you just know it's you and that other person across from you. So
Great take, great take. Yeah, so Vallejo, it's a great sports town. They have a great high school football team, always a perennial, top team in the state. And they've had a plethora of stars in respective sports. CC Sabathia, future Hall of Famer in baseball, is from Vallejo. They've had guys in the NFL, guys in the NBA, but you can be like the first real MMA star from that city. Do you think about that? And is that something, how do you really want to rep for Vallejo and be a star from there?
yeah, of course, I'm always down to rep my town, but that time will come, and I know later on I'll be one of the best.
Like in your vision, when can you see that possibly coming to fruition of you being a real star in Vallejo for MMA?
Honestly, day by day, whenever I'm like walking around, people just saying hi to me, random people saying hi to me. So, but then probably like a few more fights.
Awesome, man. Congratulations.
All right.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
How you doing, Davion?
Good, man.
We're here to talk about you right now, but I gotta mention you're not the only Jackson Wink heavyweight on the card. The incredible Hoke, Josh Hokett is fighting. What's it like to be on this card with him, and what can you tell me about him? Have you trained with him in the gym?
Yeah, man. Josh, extremely talented and definitely has probably one of the best personalities out there. Like when I'm with him, like we're always just laughing and joking around. So he has really good energy. So really good to have him on the card and be sharing the same card and being able to train with him while I'm out here.
Definitely,
it's really good.
definitely.
Josh, he's good people for sure.
You wrote on Instagram that MMA has allowed you to be more comfortable with being yourself. I've heard a lot of fighters say similar things, but I was wondering if you could elaborate on that.
Yeah. So there's no secret that a lot of MMA fighters don't really fit in anywhere else besides like MMA. Like a lot of MMA fighters, they come from like they were like bullied or something like that, or they didn't fit in other sports. Like they play football, they didn't fit in basketball. Then they find like a life in fighting. And I think MMA has allowed me to do that. It's almost sometimes it feels like MMA is like grounds for like outcast a little bit.
It's cool. Good way of putting it. You suffered your first pro defeat back in July of 2022. You came back in a big way, secured a victory over game opponent this past April. You said you filled some holes. Did you make some changes? Were there any changes you made to either your training camp, your regimen, any changes you made ahead of that victory?
Before my last fight?
Yeah, before your last fight, or even going into this one.
Yeah, so just put a lot of more focus into my cardio and slowing down, not just trying to chase the finish the whole time. That's what I learned from going into my last fight. But for this one, what I learned from going against Kasim is, there is a time in a fight where I am supposed to kind of put my foot on the gas and kind of press forward and put more pressure on when I see opponents tired. But I think I was a little reluctant to put a lot of pressure on Kasim because he had clocked me in the first round. So I kind of gave him a little bit more respect than what I should have. I think if I would have like pressed on him a little bit more, I could have got the finish that fight.
Well, win is a win is a win.
Yes,
I got
sir.
one last one for you. I mentioned your teammate, but I just want to mention the gym real quick. One of the premier mixed martial arts facilities in the world, Jackson Wink in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What does it mean to you to represent such a great gym?
Man, Jackson Wink is a staple for MMA. Is such a good feeling to represent Jackson Wink because all the names that come out of that gym, Holly Holmes, John Jones, Michelle Watterson, the list goes on. And just even to be like part of the next generation it's a really good feeling. And I hope that I could, do well by Jackson Wink. Thank you.
Hey, Davion. So Slim is just another prospect, just like you.
Yeah.
Is that taking that 0 out of his record something that's important to you, or is this just another fight?
It's just another fight. My biggest goal is to go out there and win. I know Slim is going to be extremely game, and I think super talented wrestler. So I don't take this lightly at all.
So you spoiled Kasim's debut back in April. Do you see a similar result happening here?
Of course. If I didn't, why would I be here?
So you were booked to fight Daniel James, but that fell through. Is that a fight that you're interested in getting back at some point? I know he has a fight coming up.
I think I'm not really chasing a fight with anyone particular. I guess for me, it's just more important to kind of climb up that ladder. It's nothing personal. I don't want to make it personal with any heavyweight here. I just want to go out there, win, give it my all, and have fun while I'm doing it.
Hey, Davion over here. There's a lot of sort of hype behind Slim. I think there was talks of him going to the UFC. He's coming over to Bellator. He's got a pretty big fan base. There's a lot of hype there. Is that something you take notice of in terms of sort of the build up to this fight?
I've noticed, but I think he would be making a big mistake to count me out. I think he's 5-0. I was once 5-0, and a lot of people thought that I was going to beat the crap out of Marcelo Golm, and he ended up getting the win. This isn't a sport where, somebody can just come in and just off of like who they train with, have people saying that like, this guy's gonna walk through everybody. I think everybody can put up a good challenge, and I got some surprises I want to show in that cage Saturday night.
Was there a bit of pressure taken off your shoulders when you had that first loss? I talked to a lot of fighters who are undefeated, and once they get that first loss, they're like kind of like a bit of relief. It's never fun to lose, but obviously, as well, there's not that pressure of keeping that undefeated record.
To be truthful with you, I think there wasn't a lot of pressure. It kind of allowed me to see myself for what I actually am, and that is just somebody who's still learning the sport and someone who's still getting better at this sport. I think that first loss, it just kind of brought me back to reality. I think most undefeated fighters, they kind of let the hype get to their head a little bit, and they start like kind of smelling their own, like drinking their own tea a little bit, you know. And I think I was a victim of that. You know, I thought I'd go my whole career being undefeated, but it's not like that. This is a sport where the littlest mistake can cost you the most.
Just last one from me. Do you feel like this fight's being slept on a little bit? It is a stacked card. It's Bellator 300. We got the title fights and everything else. But I mean, these are two really, yourself and Slim, two incredibly talented prospects that, big implications for the winner. Do you sort of feel that way at all?
Yeah, definitely. Every fight is a big fight. And as far as the fight being slept on, you got Chris Cyborg here. Like, I think to me, like, she's one of the greatest, if not the greatest female fighter of all time. So I don't think the fight is being slept on. This is a big card, and this fight is not more important than the card. So I just think it's another fight. I'm going to go out there and have some fun, get my hand raised, and, go home. And that's it.
What's up, Davion?
Yo.
We're in the beautiful San Diego right now. How are you enjoying fight week and taking in this place?
Man, I'm enjoying fight week like every other fight week. Every fight week is the same. I come out here, I cut my weight. I'm in my room the whole time, waiting to go into that cage.
Hopefully after the fight, you get to enjoy yourself a little bit more, man.
Yeah.
I believe this fight is a perfect stylistic matchup. You bring a lot to the table. So does Slim. Should be a great fight. What excites you the most in this matchup?
I think this is probably the first time in my career where everywhere I see they're saying that he's the favorite. I think my back's in the corner a little bit, and I think that makes me really excited because I feel like I'm always at my best when my back's against the wall. So he's highly touted, I think, and he has some hype. So this isn't going to be a fluke,
Definitely. And last one from me. Your Atlanta Braves have had a phenomenal season thus far. What are you expecting from these guys going into October? Playoff baseball on the way.
Win. F everything else. Win.
I like it, man. I like it.
Hey, boss. Just to piggyback off that, is Ronald Acuna a lock for MVP this year? Right
Yes,
now?
sir.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, back to you, man. Yeah, I mean, you got off to a great start in your MMA career, but just a lot of people that a lot of MMA fighters especially say when they lose, they learn. They don't look at it as a loss.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that loss?
Oh, the Marcelo Gomes loss?
Yeah.
So much, man. I don't even know if I have time to even say everything I learned, but the most important thing that I lost in this the most important thing that I've learned in that loss is everybody has a chance. You can be bigger, stronger, faster, more skilled. You can be better than somebody in every area, but if you sleep on them a little bit, you can fall through the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
The wind can slip through your fingers. Everybody has a chance. Never sleep on anybody. That's the biggest thing that I learned from that Marcelo Gomes fight. I don't think I was supposed to lose that fight, but it done so much more for me. It allowed me to see myself for what I actually am. It allowed me to get better in my training and just take this so much more serious.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're from a big gym in Jackson Wink. You're one of the top ranked heavyweights in Bellator. You're one of the top prospects in the heavyweight division in the sport. Hypothetically, right? Or not even hypothetically, but obviously Ryan Bader, Linton Vassell, it fell out. Did it cross your mind at all? Yo, I'm already here. I'm already in shape in fight camp. What if they fill me in? Like, did that cross your mind at all?
Of course it did.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. If there was ever opportunity to do that, I would gladly jump on that for sure.
Well, I mean, you win this fight, you'll be back on a winning streak. How many more what do you think you need to do to get that heavyweight title shot?
I just believe if I can just continue to win, the opportunity would come and the opportunity would present itself.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Davion, how's it going, man?
Yo,
What clear advantages do you see when you watch your opponent on tape? What clear advantages do you see that you have over him?
obviously strength. I think I'm gonna have better takedown defense than almost everybody he's fought, and just my will to win. it's going to be a battle of the wills, and the best man's going to win.
By the way, Mookie Betts for MVP.
Yes. Probably not.
Hey, Davion, I just wanted to get your prediction on the main event, big one, lightweight title between Usman and Brent Primus. Who you got?
Man, that is a tough one. I don't want to ruffle any feathers with my prediction, but Usman Nurmagomedov. Yeah, anyone with the last name Nurmagomedov. You know, you can't go against those guys. So I'm gonna go Usman.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Is there a specific title fight out of the three you're most looking forward to, as well
Chris
as
Cyborg. I'm a huge Chris Cyborg fan, man. She's just awesome. I can't. Yeah, I love Chris Cyborg. Huge fan of hers.
Fair enough. Best of luck, man.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Sorry, guys. What's up, James? Yeah, dude.
Hey, Henry. You've won 3 in a row and recently handed Ahmed Magomedov his first loss. Has this stretch of fights been the best you felt in your career?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm getting more experience, and I'm just getting better at fight ready. I've been training there for a good minute now, and yeah, I've definitely evolved as a fighter.
And then you faced many grapple heavy opponents recently. Are you excited to face someone this weekend that's willing to stand and trade with you?
Yeah, for sure. But he's also a wrestler.
Yeah.
He has a wrestling base, so I'm definitely not expecting. I know he's going to go for takedowns, so I'll be ready for that too.
And then the champion in your weight class, Patricio Pitbull, has suffered back-to-back losses. With a few more wins, is that a rematch you would want back?
Yeah, I want to fight all these guys, especially if you're the champion. Thanks.
What's up, Henry? How's it going, man?
Yo,
You've been a part of a lot of big cards for Bellator, a lot of big fights. Where does this compare? This is a huge event, huge title fight. What's sort of your thoughts on this fight week compared to other events?
It's literally the same every time I fight. It's just fucking glorious. I get to fight somebody for money. It wasn't always like that wasn't always the case. I've had to spend money when I'm getting fights in the streets, dude, and getting bailed out and shit. So it's like it's really good to just turn that around and now get paid for it. It's fucking cool, man.
Who did you mainly get to work with at Fight Ready as far as training partners, helping you get ready for Saturday?
Well, there's so many, but just the coaching staff really fucking put it down this camp. My buddy Kyle Estrada, he took over as striking coach with me, dude. Of course, Eddie Cha always, and Santino DeFranco and Ramon Salazar. Those are the coaches, and that's where it starts. And they've had a bunch of people just rotating in on me and giving me good looks and good drilling. We had Bryce, my buddy Bryce. He's also a Bellator guy, and who else? There's just so many. JSP. Who else, dude? Who else we got over there, dude? Oh, damn right, dude. That guy needs to get a fucking fight, dude. Give that guy a fight, dude. He puts on fucking good fights. He fights here for Bellator also. I don't know, dude. So many people. Thank all of them.
What do you think a win does for you here? Kai's a pretty popular guy. Obviously, this has got to be fight of the night on paper. Do you think this really propels you back up? Because you've been on quite the roll.
It gives me another fight, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't care, dude. Just let me fight again, dude. It's all good.
You read a lot, and something we always do in our interviews. You kind of tell me what you're reading right now. I'm sure you got something during fight week. What are you getting into right now?
I'm finishing up Jordan Peterson's new book, and then I've been reading this book called Think Like a Warrior. I just showed Kyle that earlier. He was really digging it.
How many books do you read a month? Because it seems like you do this as a daily thing.
Yeah, dude. I just exercise with my friends and just lay around all day, dude. I gotta do something productive, instead of just scrolling on Instagram. Feel like a loser, dude, just looking at shit, laughing at memes all day. I was like, fuck, I gotta read something a little bit, dude, just to feel like a productive member of society. But like a book a week or something like that. Yeah.
And just last one for me. I know your buddy Jakar Close. I think he was going to try and come down here. I know you're still keeping in touch with him. What does it mean to have his support? I know you guys have been friends for a long time.
Oh, that's my dog, dude. Yeah. There's been some bumps in the road, from little outside things, but fuck, overall, it's a good bond, dude.
What's up, Henry? Congrats on another big time fight this week. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. As James just said, a lot of people are considering this the fight of the night. How much does this matchup excite you, and what kinds of things, about the matchup excite you?
Dude, it's the same thing I kind of mentioned earlier, dude. Every fucking fight excites me, especially if you're paying for me, dude. Get the fuck out of it, dude. My fucking dick starts twitching, dude. I get so fucking pumped up to fight these motherfuckers. So it's all good, dude. It's all good. I love it, dog. Yeah.
I saw on your Instagram earlier today you visited a place called Dog Beach here in California.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
interested in knowing a little bit more about it, man. What's it like over there?
It's fucking cool, dude. I love dogs. You can't walk by me without a dog, dude. I'll start fucking just groping your dog all fucking crazy and playing with them, getting them all excited, dude. And the owners get all pissed because I just walk away, get them all pumped up. And it was fun. It was just a bunch of fucking dogs everywhere, and it was at the beach too, so it was cool.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What's up, Henry? How you doing?
What up, dog?
Fight Ready is such a beautiful facility. I like the all white and the changes they've made. What does it mean to you?
Damaret put those mats in.
He did?
Yeah, for Zebra.
Hitman, what does it mean to you to represent Fight Ready? Is that like, do you take pride in that, representing the gym?
I do, man. You know, it's a fucking cool gym, you know, and not just that, like the facility's sick, whatever. The owners do though. The owner's big time, dude. Dave hooks it up. He's the man. He really looks after us and takes care of us. And super generous guy. But yeah, like, you know, not only do like it's a family, dude. We have a lot of fun together and we do some cool stuff together. But you know, we also hold each other accountable, just like a family does. And you know, it's I love that place.
Seems like on all these fight cards, not just Bellator, every promotion, there's a lot of Arizona guys. And this one, Bellator 300, Bryce Meredith, maybe even a few others. Do you feel like the Arizona MMA scene is growing, is bustling as of late? I feel like all we see is Arizona guys, even Sean O'Malley now winning the championship, bringing it back to the Valley.
Dude, it's so cool. Yeah. And it's so funny. Like, because we hang out like outside the gym, you know, the MMA lab and the Fight Ready place and Fight Ready gym. And we'll be hanging out. There'll be like 10 of us, dude. And every single person is for a different spot of the country. It's so cool. You got some like Midwest white boys, some West Coast fucking Mexicans, dude, some fucking just dudes from all over the fucking place. And we're all just so different. Like everybody's so different, but we have one common thing, dude. We just want to fuck people up. So it's like, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned Bryce Meredith earlier. Bryce and I were looking for Sunset Cliffs earlier today. We couldn't find it. He told me that he heard it from you. Did you?
I went there 2 days in a row. Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, they had to talk me out because I wanted to jump in, dude.
Did you jump in?
Nah, dude. They fucking
illegal.
They like reverse peer pressured me not to. Like, don't fucking do it, dude. You have a fight tomorrow. And I was like, oh, dude, that sounds like a challenge. What do you call me, a pussy, dude? And I almost jumped, but I didn't because it was all murky too. Like, what if you hit a rock or something? Dude, can you imagine? I get pulled out of the fucking fight for that.
That's what we were talking about.
Fuck, dude. God, yeah.
Withdrawal due to Cliffs. Last one for me. You had one of the biggest upsets of the year in your last fight at Bellator 290. Last February. You're the underdog again for this one. Do you like this spot? Do you like being the underdog?
Back to what I said earlier, dude. I just want to fight all these motherfuckers and get paid. And so I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have this cerebral mind to be able to really thinking things through or anything like that. I just fucking fight these guys. So it doesn't matter if I'm like ranked, unranked, underdog, fucking favorite. It's like, oh no, just such a simple objective. Like, oh, you're gonna pay me? I'll show up and fight any one of these motherfuckers. Let's go. Yeah.
Hey, Henry. So you fought at Bellator 250, which was another massive card featuring a lot of big names.
Which one was that one?
Bellator 250.
I know. Which one was it though? Like, who was on the card?
Oh, Johnny Eblin was on the card. I don't remember exactly who, but it was a big card. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't even fucking remember this fight on the card.
I think it was Musasi versus Carvalho. I think
cool,
it was.
Cool.
Lima. Okay. So.
In LA.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
So you've been on a couple of the promotion's bigger marquee events. How does it feel to just be one of the guys that's kind of been here and been around?
Dog. I'll say it one more time, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, you know what? Like, what feels good to me when they're like, "Hey, you want to fight for this amount of money?" I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah, yeah. Send that over, dude. I'll sign it." You know, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So you you had to fight against Aaron Pico years ago. He's been able to climb his way back up to the top of the division. Just had another big win, Bellator 299. What did you think of his win, and how do you feel about him?
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a veteran matchup here against you versus Kai Kamaka. Kai was in the UFC. He's another veteran. You've fought a lot of prospects. Is it good to have another veteran across from you?
Dude. Oh, one last time, dude. Fuck, dude. I don't care, dude. Seriously. As long as you're paying me and fucking, I'll show up and fucking fight anybody, dude. I'm down to fucking fight. You know what I mean? I can't even walk around here too much because I'll fucking, if I make extended eye contact with another man, dude, I'm all insecure. I'll fucking start fighting him, dude. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding, but yeah, I'm just down to fucking fight.
Thank you.
I think this guy raised his hand. What up? Everybody's looking, dude. It better be a good question.
Hey, man. So I automatically became an even bigger fan because I saw your big reader. I'm a big reader myself. And Jordan Peterson is an absolute mastermind. What are some things that you can relay that you've heard from Jordan Peterson that you think could inspire anyone who's watching right now?
Yeah, one of his like famous quotes that's going around, or like sayings that's going around on online, little snippet. It just talks about like you got to be an absolute fucking monster, you know, and but you got to be able to control it. But you got to fucking want to fucking be a monster and have that fucking dog in you, dude. And but you got to control it because it's not that it's not that cool to be a monster and not be able to control it, you know. And you know, martial arts is a good way to give yourself some structure, some control over your primal dark urges.
Yeah. You know, obviously the sport of MMA, everyone from the outside looking in sees the physical part and the physical damage that it takes, but also it can also take a lot of damage on your mental. But reading, I'm sure that helps your mental a lot. How much has reading helped you as a fighter and helped you become just a smarter fighter?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's made me a better person. You know, just different perspective, and just it puts you in a position to just like search for knowledge and have your mind open and like, what the fuck am I reading? Why am I reading this? You know, what am I trying to get out of this? And so just that mindset right there puts you in a position to ascend to new unforeseen heights, which is fucking really cool.
And you have the most simple nickname in all of MMA, Henry OK.
Dude, you don't nickname yourself, dude. This is the first time I heard it. I was walking out for my pro debut. My old coach, John DeLo, he's a fucking silly goose, dude. I was like, it's all Henry, OK Corrales. And I was like, dude, what the, I was like, what the fuck is that? I look back and he's just all fucking chuckling, like he could even fucking, he was just laughing. I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Anyways, I won that fight. And I was like, dude, what was it? I was like, why? And he's like, so dude, you're just fucking down. Like, hey, you gotta spar these pro boxers. Okay. Hey, you're fighting this day. Okay, cool. And you know, I'm just fucking down. And then also the OK Corral, the world famous gunfight at Tombstone.
Okay.
So it's like a combination of that, he said. Because I'm always down to fucking sling these fucking guns, dude. You know?
Have you ever heard a nickname even in the same realm of simplicity? I mean, that is just as simple as it gets. Okay.
Yeah, I've never compared it or thought about it that way, but yeah, it's fucking goofy too, dude. Just like it's like okay, like dude, like I don't know.
Would you ever consider changing it?
No, you can't change your nickname, dude. It's fucking somebody gives it to you, it's there. You're stuck, dude. You know what I mean? Unless somebody gives me a new one and it sticks, it's like, all right, cool, then we'll rock with that. But you know, you don't nickname yourself. Dude, but then you see guys that nickname themselves, dude. That's fucking dude, that's not cool. It's like you don't do that, dude. It's like, check me out, dude. Call me fucking whatever. And you're just like, I'm not calling you that, dude. Fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Henry.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Hey, Jenna, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. How are you enjoying San Diego?
I live here, so I love it.
Perfect. How do you feel about being a San Diego Jiu-Jitsu legend and getting to fight right here in your hometown?
It's pretty sick. Like, it's kind of nice that I don't have to like do the travel thing and then get to fight in front of like all of my students, my like friends, and everybody was really kept telling me like, you keep fighting so far away. When are you gonna fight local? So it's happening, and like make everybody else happy, I guess.
There are some quality fighters from San Diego. What can you say about Angela Hill and some of your team in San Diego? And what kind of support have you received this week?
It's awesome. I love having people like, I mean, Angela is just an amazing person and she's an awesome athlete and fighter. So she's been really, really helpful throughout my entire career getting started in MMA. And then I also have, Kat Zingano to train with like constantly. So we have a great, in Alima, we have a great group of women that we all kind of train at different gyms, like but we all get together and we have like, we call it like Team Coven. Like we just get together and do like sparring. So we, you know, have good looks, and it's amazing support just to have this like really, really high level women there just helping you get better, making sure you're ready.
Carmouche and McFarlane are set to actually fight, former teammates, friends. Do you have a prediction for that fight?
I mean, I've trained with both of them, but Alima is like my girl, so that's my pick.
Thank you, Jenna, and best of luck.
Thanks.
Hey, lady, coming straight from the jiu-jitsu world. Gotta love you. Are we gonna expect a jiu-jitsu finish in this match?
That's always the game plan. You know, I don't want to stray from my roots. Jiu-jitsu is my love. It's will always be my first love, my favorite thing. So that's what, you know, I plan to use, and a submission is always what I'm looking for.
How big is the crowd that you're going to be bringing in?
I don't know, like, because I like sold some tickets but a lot of people, I ran out. So I'm hoping like everybody kept hitting me up and still hitting me up. So I should have a big group of people here.
Amazing. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thanks.
What's up, Jenna? Obviously, this is a big monumental card here in your home city of San Diego. How important is it to you, and how do you feel being a big part of this card?
I am just really excited to be a part of this card. You know, I want to be fighting anytime. So, but to be on, you know, Bellator 300 here in San Diego really means a lot to me. And it just kind of started off a little bit weird this week, just being home, not having to travel, but now like being here and doing all this stuff, I'm just really excited. It's huge.
Awesome. And what can you tell me about who's in your corner this week? Who will you have, and how have they played a major role in helping you get ready for this fight?
My head coach, my striking coach is AJ Matthews. He's been like instrumental in getting me up to speed on like the feet. You know, I came from jiu-jitsu, so I feel pretty confident there. And it's been awesome having AJ really just make me sick at my striking. And then my husband, Tyler, is in my corner. He is also a jiu-jitsu black belt. He is my like whipping boy and emotional support throughout the week, as well as help me with jiu-jitsu. And my professor, Johnny Faria, will be in my corner as well.
Very nice. I saw you walk in with some beautiful Jordans today.
Yeah.
How much pride do you have in your shoe game, and any sneaker stores out here that you recommend to check out?
I don't really have any sneaker stores. I usually do all mine online because there's not really a good stuff around here, I guess, for me. But I like shoes, but I'm not like crazy.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi.
You're one of the staples of the MMA community out here. You're one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world. But the San Diego MMA community, it's incredibly underrated, I think. I mean, everyone knows it's a hub for jiu-jitsu, but now seeing them get this spotlight, seeing them have four San Diego MMA fighters on this card that are big names out here, just what does that mean to you and for the community?
I think it's huge. Like I was at another MMA, like anytime there's an MMA event in San Diego, like people show up, and like it's really popular. And I think it's hard, in Southern California alone, just to get people to show up for a lot of sporting events, but like people show up for MMA. And so I was at the UFC that was held here, and it was incredible energy. And I expect the same thing, even better, for this event.
Yeah, and you just alluded to how you train with some big names. I hear Angie Hill, Kat Zingano, but I know you also train with Ashley Thiner, who is the Valkyrie champion, the all-female promotion out here. She's amazing. It's like impossible to get her a pro fight. How much does she help you in camp and push you?
She's always a good body to have around. Like I love her. She's always willing to just throw down and be there, and like just it'd be a good partner, because it's not always fun to be the training partners when people are getting ready for the fight. It's always better when you're the one preparing, but she's an awesome person to have to train with.
Yeah, for sure. And you're also the face of a new up-and-coming brand, Hyperfly. They got a great media team. Shout out my guy Jimmy. But just can you talk about Hyperfly and the vision that they have for you as the face and just the brand as a whole?
I mean, Hyperfly is an amazing company. There was somebody that, you know, for years in jiu-jitsu, I was always like looking at their stuff and like, oh yeah, I really like that. They're always like on the cutting edge with their collaborations and things like that. And I love that they are a women-owned business and they are really, you know, working with me to make sure that I have like everything that I need for MMA, kind of making a little bit more of a crossover into that as well, not just jiu-jitsu, and having you know, they make great stuff for women. Listen to what we want, because a lot of brands don't do that.
Yeah. You know, you have star written all over you. You're very marketable. You're one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world. If you win this fight, how far away do you think you are from a title shot?
I mean, I hope not far. You know, I want like, you know, I want to do it as quick as possible. So I'm not shying away from any opponents. I'll take whatever I can get. And, you know, whatever the fastest path to that title is.
Yeah. And speaking of the San Diego MMA scene, you know, you're helping to blow up. Of course, this card is going to help it blow up even more. But there is a brand new promotion out here called Valkyrie Fight. It's an all-female promotion. I know you were at the last fight. Just what are your thoughts on that? With Libby Cannell is building an all-female fight promotion, which I think there's only one other one in the world in Invicta that I know. So yeah.
I mean, I think it's great. There's, you know, women's MMA is growing. So, I mean, it continues to grow. It's getting to a point where you have really high level, like athletes competing in the art. It's not like as like niche anymore. And to have the women just be supported like that is huge, because it's a lot of times, you know, you get pushed to the side because you're a female in like a all male dominated sport. So it's great to have shows like that, you know, really supporting women.
Yeah. And hypothetically, you win this fight, you win by a finish. Are you going to call for a title shot in the post-fight interview with Big John McCarthy?
I don't know. We'll see.
Potentially.
We'll see.
Thank you.
Next up, birthday boy. I repeat, birthday boy Grant Neal.
Why didn't you tell me it was your birthday?
Because I got a job to do.
I like that shirt. Where'd you get it?
Only the best stop shop, one top shop, Archie Colgan.
Oh yeah. I saw you out there on the beach today. You had abs. I was very surprised to see Grant Neal with abs. Was this cut to middleweight a little bit smoother than expected?
Oh man, it was real smooth. It was perfect. I have a great team around me, and man, the guys over at MyFit Foods and their nutritionists, they got me completely dialed in from a nutrition standpoint. And then my team over at Landau Performance, it's like the best performance center in Colorado. They did their thing, so it made it easy for me, and I just had to show up every day and just be disciplined about it.
You got Brandon Gertz in your corner for this one. What is his role be this week?
Juice. Brandon Gertz always brings the juice. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Brandon fight. Most of you probably have, but that's the type of energy that we bring, and it's awesome to have him in the corner. And he's one of my brothers, you know.
This is a historic card, Bellator 300. You're going to be rocking the gold gloves. What does it mean to you that the promotion is putting you in this spot?
Hey, rocking the gold gloves is unbelievable, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to fight on such a historical show with some great competitors throughout the card. It means a lot, you know, so it's going to be a great night. I'm going to have a lot of fun and just enjoy it and take in every moment.
You're very close friends with a certain NFL running back who scored a touchdown in, I think, 1,000 consecutive games now, Christian McCaffrey. I know he has a home game tomorrow against the Cowboys in San Francisco, or not tomorrow, Sunday, sorry. Are you, he's not going to be able to make it to the fight, but are you maybe going to make it to the football game?
Yeah, that's the plan. So you got to go and take care of business here, and then I'll go up and support my guy. You know, it's that's the way that we've done it since we were kids, man. We support each other in everything that we do. He's at every fight that is obviously not during the middle of football game week. And I do my best to make it to most of his games if I'm not in the middle of a training camp. So this kind of works out to where I can go and support him. And so it's going to be fun.
Thank you, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey Grant, so I wanted to ask, why was this? Oh, happy birthday first. Let me just start off with that.
Oh man, you're all good.
I wanted to ask, why was the decision made to drop to 185 pounds?
The decision was made just to be more active. Like I was having a great time at 205, and that's definitely an opportunity to go back up and challenge the best there. But as you kind of know, like that everybody in front of me is kind of tied up. They'd either already fought or they were just only fighting one or two times a year. So I was like, hey, there's an opportunity to fight. That's what I love to do. And even if I have to cut to 85 pounds to get me a good fight, then I'll do that. And I just was excited about it and excited about the new challenge and did it.
So do you see yourself moving back up to 205 in the future, or do you feel that if you feel good at 185 pounds that you might just stay down here?
Man, I plan to be at 185 pounds for next couple fights, and then go back up to 205 and challenge there. I really feel that I'm the best fighter in the world, and I want to prove that at both weight classes, and I want to submit my name and my claim. And it's awesome to have the opportunity to compete at these two weight classes with phenomenal competitors. I mean, everybody in this weight class is serious in the top 10, and everybody in the 205 weight class is serious. So it's awesome to be able to compete amongst those guys, and I'm just excited to show what I can do.
So Romero is coming off his first career loss. He also is taking over a year of layoff coming into this fight. Do you expect him to come in more prepared and more hungry, knowing that he's coming off that loss?
I'm not going to sit here and say I know what this man's convictions are or what he likes to do. I know what I'm going to do, and I know what I'm going to step in the cage and pose. That being said, Romero Khan's a phenomenal competitor. This is no slouch of a match. I mean, he is a grade A competitor. He's a good person. He does a lot of really good things right. I do too. And so I'm excited to show everybody what I can do.
He ran over here. How much of the decision to move down is also the fact that there's a bit of a kind of a transition going on at middleweight, right? For a while, obviously we had the champion was Gegard Mousasi, and now we have Johnny Eblen there, and Johnny's just been taking out all these different contenders. Do you feel like, especially a win here, you could be fighting for a title here pretty soon?
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. There's no other option. When I came down into this weight class, we're going for titles, you know, and I've been watching Johnny Eblen since he was wrestling at Mizzou, man. He's like one of the best wrestlers to not win the national title. Like that dude's a stud. So I am excited to be in the stakes to go and compete against that man. And I have to do what I need to do on Saturday, and then we'll talk more about what the next steps are. But man, like I said, these are the best fighters in the world. We are the best fighters in the world, and to compete against that is phenomenal.
You mentioned Brandon Gertz. As far as training partners for this camp, who did you mainly work with? Who helped you get ready for this fight?
Man, I had a lot of great training partners come in. I mean, throughout Colorado, we have just phenomenal training partners. But my roll dog, Archie Colgan, he helped me out quite a bit. We went up to Wyoming and wrestled with the guys up there, and Coach Branch, she welcomed us up there early on in camp. And then I came back down and I trained a lot with Muhammad Usman, and man, there's a lot of guys, Chris Kamosi, Artek Prokosian, and man, we put together a vicious training camp and a stable of absolute killers. So it's just been an awesome time and awesome training camp.
Just last one for me. Something I noticed on Google search, people for some reason think that you and Jeff Neal are related. I don't know. Do you know this is a thing?
Yeah. So that's my long lost brother. So Jeff and I, we're brothers, and you can put that to bed in the media. No, I was just Jeff actually messaged me. He's like, yeah, you know, people think that we're brothers. I was like, yeah, it's pretty funny. He said, just go along with it. I was like, all right, we're brothers. But no, Jeff is a great guy, a great competitor. and him and I have a lot of things in common, and it's just, and last name is just one of them.
Have you ever thought about training together?
For sure. I mean, I would always love to trade with Jeff. I got to try and get him to come out to the mountains of Colorado, but I think he'll probably do that 1 or 2 times before his career is over with, and I may go out and visit him as well.
Hey Grant, how's it going?
How's it going, brother?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, there's so many savages that come from Colorado. What can you say about the Colorado MMA community, and do you think it is still growing?
Yeah, I mean, the community is constantly growing. I mean, there's a lot of people that you guys don't even know about in the media that are absolute killers. Like, man, we have literal kids coming in, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds that are absolute studs, going to college and wrestling for 4 years, and then in their off season coming and training with us. So like, no one knows their name, but there's a stable of athletes and studs that are coming through Colorado, out of Colorado, and man, it's one of the big premier spots. I mean, we have access to a lot of phenomenal athletes that come up from the Olympic Training Center, and just to be in that vicinity of people competing at the highest level is awesome.
I love the shirt.
Thank you.
Speaking of Archie Colgan, what can you say about him and what he means to you? And also, he's done a lot of winning here, throughout his career. How long do you think it is until we see Archie Colgan in the title picture?
Man, I really believe Archie is the best 155-pounder in the division. He's an absolute stud, and I don't even think he scratched the surface on what he can be. You guys are seeing him explode, get finishes, be violent, take out guys that have fought for titles. He's an absolute stud, but even more than that, man, it's really great to have that person in the room that I can just take down at ease. Like, take him down at ease. He's never scored a takedown on me. Man, like that type of stud in the room is just awesome. But yeah, Archie is, he's no slouch for those guys. But for me, I put him in a headlock, take him down. It's easy.
Is that really true?
We go back and forth. But yeah, we definitely have competitions, and we're brothers, and we always are talking stuff to each other. But he's gonna love that comment.
2 more for me. What can you say about Romero Cotton as an opponent, and what challenges does he present to you?
I think that Romero Cotton as an opponent he's a great competitor and great opponent. I mean, I have nothing but respect for what he's done and how he is in the cage. And so I'm excited to go and test my skills at 185 against that man. I mean, there's not many people signing up to fight him, and I would love to do that. So it's awesome.
Last one for me. Everyone saw on social media that dress Justin Gaethje wore on draft day after finishing in last place. Did you make sure you drafted a good enough team this year so you're not that guy draft day of next year?
Yeah, I think I pretty much picked the best team in the league. Brandon Gertz sitting back there. He thinks he has a chance at winning the league, but he's not going to win nothing. He might end up in the dress this year, but yeah, Gaethje, he always has the special AI and all this stuff, but he always ends up losing the drafts or losing in the league. So he'll probably be in a dress again this year. It's either between him or that man back there, Brandon Gertz, in a dress. Yep. Oh.
What's up, Grant? So obviously you're fighting at 185, but you are the number 4 ranked light heavyweight in Bellator. Recently, Corey Anderson and Jamal Hill got into it over a dispute over, what Bellator, what 205 is better and what promotion. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe that we're competing to be the best in the world. Like, there is anybody who sits here and says there's an easy fight. No, everybody's out here fighting for the family, fighting for what's theirs. So, I mean, I'm not really big into those two disputing. I would love to see them, handle it in the cage. But, it's I really think that, the champ in Bellator. He's proven, and I don't think that he has any trouble with any of the top guys in the UFC. And that's credit to him, and that's credit to all the guys on the roster, because that our champ isn't who he is without us and without people making him that way. And I would definitely love to compete against him one day as well.
Well said. You just said that you'd like to see Corey and Jamal handle it in the cage. Who would win that fight and how?
Man, it's hard to predict who would win that fight because you don't know what convicts a man to go into that cage on that fight day. And I really believe that it can be any man's game on any given fight day. So I'm not going to sit here and speculate. And I really respect both of those guys as competitors and human beings. And man, I don't know what goes on in their lives, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend. But I think they both bring something special to the light heavyweight division in both organizations. Like, I mean, Jamal Hill is, I mean, I don't know if there was a dry eye when he won the title, you know, and just the stuff that he's gone through and the struggles that he overcame. And then Corey Anderson, I mean, he's overtime Anderson, you know, he's the pinnacle and what it means to push yourself to the limit and keep going and never quit. And so, I mean, both of those guys have like traits that I absolutely love and admire in my fight game. So, I can't sit here and speculate. I just love to see him do it.
What intrigues you? Well, okay, if you had to make a prediction, how many years, how many months until you are a double champ?
How many years, how many months until I'm a double champ? Man, it said 10 days was from the peanut gallery, but no, I mean, the goal is to become double champ within the next 3 years. So, that's the goal that we set out, and we got to really push for that. And, I think we're on the correct path to make that happen. So, I'm going to keep striving every day to make that happen. And, what my old coach used to say is, it's you got to win every day, win the day. And so, I'm going to win the day. I won today. My weight feels good. I'm going to go win tomorrow on the scale when I weigh in, and then I'm going to go win on Saturday. And that sets me up for the opportunity to be a double champ.
Well said. Thank you, bro.
Yep.
Perfect.
How's it? Hi, how's it going? Good. How's your time in San Diego been here, and how excited are you to be back in the cage?
Shoot, time in San Diego has been great. I mean, it's been a short week. I came in Tuesday, short flight over from Vegas, so it's been good. Yeah, short commute. I got to stay home a little bit longer, but yeah, I'm excited to be back in fight week. Be excited to weigh in tomorrow. Yeah, it's two full camps, so I'm ready to go now. It's almost 6 months now.
I see him sitting back here, but what can you say about your coach, Eric Nixick, and the culture he's built down in Extreme Couture? It is, you know, one of the hottest gyms on the planet right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think it's just it's a gym with a bunch of hungry guys. But that gym's been going forever. It's like, you know, it's one of the strongest gyms in Vegas. longest running and strongest gyms in Vegas, and what he's got going on right now is very strong. He got everybody on a high expectation just week in and week out, from the local Apex to wherever we're at. Expectations are high just off of each other, just off of we see how everybody's doing. There's a lot of things that are unsaid, that don't have to be said, that we just expect out of ourselves because the fighters that are walking in those doors and who we're surrounded by. And there's a lot of things that are said that are instilled in us day to day in pro practices. So yeah, it's a good place to be around.
Kai over here.
How's it?
Just to piggyback off the, sort of the talk of the gym and Extreme Couture, how inspiring was it? I know you guys are in different weight classes, but Sean Strickland winning the UFC title. I know he was back in the gym on Monday helping guys out. Like, how inspiring was that for your entire team?
Oh, it was really inspiring. I mean, shoot, I teared up during that fight. Me and Sean have a good relationship. Yeah, he knows how much work I put in. I see how much work he puts in. He coaches me through a lot of my rounds. I pick up off of him just from watching and stuff that he tells me. We've traveled we've been at Ruka together. And yeah, we're at Extreme, and we built a relationship off of just seeing each other in the gym all the time. We see I'm somebody who's always in a gym, and he sees that. He's always in the gym, no matter what time of the year it is for him. And it's same like me. And we come from totally different lifestyles, personalities, but we click on so many different levels in the gym. And I think he's actually in San Diego right now. He might be trying to